Pencil power. Wow. Hello, adventurers. Today we are going to be talking about this cool new way I learned to draw eyes. I've been trying to experiment with a very simple method that I'll talk about in a future video when I do an art study on a particular artist I really like, Connor Fawcett, I believe his name is, at Bad Bucket on Instagram. And he does his eyes just very like small like this. Like not, I mean, I don't know if small is the right word, but just black, like black lines basically. And he comes up with some really awesome looking characters, just from doing something simple like that. So I'm going to talk about that in a future episode. But I was trying to figure out, well, if you have these eyes like this, you can't really do as much with, I mean, I don't know. I just wanted to figure out how to keep it kind of cool like this while still also having an iris, like a pupil in there so that you could have them looking to the left or the right kind of thing, right? Ooh, that even looks okay. But anyways, that's not this technique. So I was experimenting last night, and I came up with something, and I think it works pretty well. It's a super simple way of drawing eyes, so I thought that I would share it so that, maybe you guys can use it too, and maybe even make some innovations of your own and share them with us so that we can all benefit and become better artists together. So let's get into it. So the basic idea of this is this shape. Okay? And this is going to be the inside. This is the inside part of the eye. So if there was a nose, it would be down here. And then adding a pupil in here. Now that's too big. That's the thing. One of the things we want to do is make the eyes smaller. See how small the eyes are when you do them with just as lines like that? So let's go ahead and give ourselves a little face here. Maybe you use the triangle method this time if you've seen the 6 easy ways to start a face drawing or 6 ways to draw a face. This is the triangle method in here. And really kind of just keep the eyes quite small. Almost as small as possible. That might even be too big. And use that shape to basically get our eyes in there. So let's fill out the rest of the face and see how that actually looks. Just really roughly. Made the face a little big, so we'll trim it down here. And then the other thing is to add a lid above the eyes. So I think you can see how this is actually it kind of works. It's not like a super realistic eyes, obviously, it's not like photorealistic, but it's enough to give it, like it's not quite anime or cartoon type eyes, but it's still super simplified. So I'm going to go ahead and try that a couple more times. Let's see what we can come up with. So let's do a few heads. We'll use some different methods. So we'll do the anime. We'll do the sunglasses and the monkey. Okay, keep it rough for now. And the monkey face. Cool. Okay, so I want to kind of make it almost just as small as I possibly can. So let's see how that's going to look. Not as small as I possibly can, but as small as like smaller than seems reasonable. And so I'm doing these with the eyes, the top of the eyes. Either the top of the eyes are going to be like that, or it could be straight on the top, or it could be carved on the top, or it could be, like there are a lot of different ways, but the idea is to keep the inside open and then put the pupil in fairly small, like not small, but like the whole eye is small, so the pupil is going to be small. So let's see how this is looking. Sometimes I like to just put a line for the pupil and then extend it outwards to keep myself from making it too big. See, that's not too bad. And then let's give this guy maybe like an upturned nose. And then some parallel lines above the eyes to give them that eye fold. And some eyebrows. Guy's eyebrows are actually, I was studying some references. Guy's eyebrows can be very low. So let's give this guy some lower eyebrows. And in the next one, we'll try to go for a more female face. In which case, the other thing with female characters is tending to make the eyes bigger is a popular way of what's it called? Of like making a face more feminine, right? And also accentuating the upper eyelashes. But but then I often see drawings of female characters where the face this guy's a character where the face isn't necessarily bigger. I mean, the eyes aren't necessarily bigger, but it still reads as very feminine. I'm kind of wondering why. And I'm thinking that, so let's keep the eyes very small. First off, making it a little more, what's it called? Smooth, but also like bigger in that it's more open. Not that the eyes are larger, and that the pupils might be a little bit bigger. So let's see if this reads. Also, I've noticed the noses tend to be higher up. And then we'll give a little more accentuation to the lips. And the eyebrows are going to be higher up too. And I think, and more arched, usually. You know, these are all stereotypes, but it's easier when you're starting to draw to learn the stereotypes and then kind of work out from there so that, you know, art and drawing is a lot about exaggeration and getting things to read well while simplifying them. So that can be, you know, knowing the stereotypes can be very helpful. Cool. So yeah, let's give her some freckles or something that's cute. And even accentuate the eyelashes a little more. And it's not super duper like, you know, I think I've managed to get a feminine face, but it's not necessarily like the most, you know, I don't know. But I think it works. I'm still kind of experimenting with this, but you guys will have to let me know if you've got any tips of your own to help me get this face is more feminine or something like that. And so for this guy, remember we can always put in the facial features like that to lay them out, and then we can fill in over them. So for these eyes, let's make this guy a little more grumpy. So literally just like that. And we kind of have already gotten the eyes in there. So I'm kind of digging this style. You know, we can give him like a goatee or something like that if we want. Give him a little more character. But yeah, so I'm kind of digging this style. I think you guys get the basics. Just to recap, we've got the whole process is to accentuate the upper lid. First off, make the eyes small. Okay, it's gonna be the first step. Make the eyes real small. When you're practicing, see how small you can get the eyes, because I think most artists, when you're starting out, at least this has been my experience, tend to want to draw the eyes much bigger than they actually need to be. So to counteract that, to go real small. Okay. The second thing is to decide on the shape of the top lid and the direction of the bottom lid from the outside. So there's only a few directions. It's either going to be straight, it's going to be coming down, it's going to be coming up. That's for the bottom. Oh, it's coming up. I don't really know how that might look. Let's try that real quick. Okay, so not really. That's going to be if they're like, that makes it look like they're looking up. So that's a cool little, you know, a trick, I guess. But so I guess really it's going to be either flat or pointing down for this bottom lid over here. And top lid is either going to be coming up like this. You can do 4 things if you want. I mean, three lines, but I seem to like 2 or to keep it a smooth curve for this style so far. It can be flat, which means the bottom one is going to be coming down, or it can be even higher and more smooth. And the bottom one can be coming down or straight. That one doesn't look like it's working because I think I made it too big. See, so this one would be more like, I don't know, I'm still working on it. But I'll go ahead and post this video and maybe we'll revisit this in a part 2. But I thought this was a cool, simple method to start drawing eyes that's very beginner friendly and can get you some kind of more realistic feel, less cartoony, less anime, than without having to go into really deep detail with eye anatomy and, you know, like kind of putting in all the little details and everything like that. Cool. Hope that was helpful. Oh, all right. Here we go again. Pencil power. Oh, yeah.